Hello, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on generating an inset map using ArcMap. But before we get to that, I'd like to explain what I mean by the term inset map. We also call it an overview map because it is used to give a general overview of the map you're dealing with and its surroundings. So when you look on your screen, you're seeing a map for Kampala. So in this topographical map, you have the general layout of Kampala. But when you move down there, when you scroll to the bottom part of the margin, there is an index to boundaries. It is a sort of an inset map. You zoom closer, you see where Kampala is located, but not only that, also the surroundings like Jinja, Fort Portal, Gulu, and Kenya. So what we want to create today is an inset map that does it, because an inset map can be used for enlarging the surroundings. It can also be used for reducing the scale of that map. In this case, it is used for reducing the scale of the map in order to capture the surroundings of Kampala. So that is what we are going to demonstrate today, how you can do this using ArcMap. So launch your ArcMap, and then when you launch it, first of all you need to know where do you want to insert your inset. I want to place mine here, the bottom right part of this map. This is where I want to locate my inset map, but it is kind of occupied at this point. So I'm going to remove some elements from this coordinate system block, those ones that I don't want, and then I'll move this block elsewhere. So I'll click on it, right click on it, and then I'm going to convert it to graphics. So you do that. It is grayed out because I've already done that with mine. So right click on it and then come here, convert it to graphics. After you do that, these two, group and ungroup, will still be grayed out, unlike the other conversions we were doing with our legend. It was giving you this option to ungroup. This one won't give you that option because it is made up of purely text items. So after convert it to graphics, you right click, go to properties, and then remove the item that you don't want. So I'm just going to remove all of these. Also the datum, because the coordinate system, the name of the coordinate system also captures the datum, which is WGS 1984. So this one is just repetition that I don't need. So I'll delete all of that, leave the projection and the coordinate system, apply, then OK. And then I'll drag it to the bottom part of this map's margin. So I'll fix it there. And after I do that, I should have some ample space for locating my inset map. And if that one is not enough, we can push some of these items upwards. So I'll move these ones upwards. And after I do that, you can see now I have some space to insert an inset, because normally it doesn't need a lot of space. So we can just put it here. So to do that, first of all, you'll have to create a new data frame. So how do you create a new data frame? You go to insert, then you click on data frame. It will insert a new data frame. It will appear here. Once you do that, I can drag it to this point and then resize it so that it stays within the paper's extents, like that. And after doing that, I'll come to this new data frame, go to its properties. I want to change its name to inset map. So I'm going to go to the general properties for this data frame and then change the name to inset map, and then I'll click on apply. The coordinate system, I want it to be the same as the rest of the main map item. So I'll come here, projected coordinate systems, northern hemisphere. I'm looking for WS 1984, 36 north. Apply there, OK. So once you've done that, now we need to add some data inside this inset map data frame. The data we want should be the data that covers an area larger than this map you're working on. For instance, this here is a map of Ole Source National Polytechnic, which is located in Nandi County. Nandi County itself is located in Kenya. So we want a map, either a map of Kenya or a map of Nandi County. If you don't have that kind of data, you can open your browser and then use the link. So navigate to this link. Once it opens, once that link opens, you're going to download all of the data that you see inside that folder. There is a counties_1.shp. is our main shapefile file. We also have PRJ stores coordinate information, DBF stores database informations, and so on. So if you only download the shapefile file, then the rest of them, it won't work the way it's supposed to, because it will be lacking projection information, the database information, and so on. So a complete shapefile should include at least these 5. So download all of these, even this one if you so desire, and then save it somewhere in your computer. I've saved mine inside my topo mapping folder. So inside that topo mapping folder that we've been working on, I created a subfolder called counties and then pasted everything that I downloaded inside there. So after you do that, you open your ArcMap, right click on your data frame called Inset Map, then go to Add Data, select your counties shapefile, and then click on Add. Once you add, you see your data frame is now updated. Then we move on to the next step. So after doing that, right click on your Inset Map, go to its properties. Once it opens, you come here, this tab called Extend Indicators, and then select this data frame called Layers, which was our main data frame, and then click this arrow to drag it to this other side. Make sure you check this simple extend indicator, and then you come here where it is there is this button for frame options. Make sure the color is red. You can change it to any color that is suitable for highlighting something. You OK, and then you apply. When you do that, you will not see anything, you won't see much. So you apply and then just OK. There is a small dot because when compared to the rest of Kenya, this institution is very small. So the scale at which this map is being drawn is just too small for this one to appear. So we need to enlarge this map. We can enlarge it to, we can zoom it to our Nandi County. So we need to search where is Nandi County in this list of counties. I can sort it ascending and then try and find where Nandi is. So I'm going to select this one, Nandi. If you drag the attributable aside, you see where Nandi County is located. So I'll select it and then say zoom to. So you click, you select your county, in this case is Nandi County, and then right click and then zoom to that layer, and then close the attribute table. You can clear your selection. So this one makes it easy for you to zoom to where you want to move, where your map is located. So when I zoom in much closer, you see this is where our institution is. So I'll come back to my data view, try as much as possible to zoom into this. It's a matter now of trial and error. So I'll be zooming, go back, and then I zoom, I drag it a bit, so, and then I zoom in a bit, I go back to my layout view, and then I'll try and zoom it in, also zoom it a bit like that. You drag it aside like that to zoom it a bit. So it is showing you where the institution is inside Nandi County. The problem with this one is not capturing some of the boundaries around the county. So I'm gonna have just to zoom out a bit. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit and see if anything changes. So this one would have worked better if you had a larger scale map, for instance a map of locations or sub-locations within which this institution is located. The problem is at this point you don't have that kind of data, so that's why I've chosen this one. We can give our map a title, so this inset, if there is a way to give it a title, we can give it a title. General inset map, blah blah blah. So that one is a bit complicated, so I'm just going to insert a text item. This text item, I'm just going to say this one is Nandi County, say part of Nandi County. So I'm just going to say this one is part of Nandi County and leave the text there. So I think we were done with that. You can add even a scale, you can insert a scale if you want, a legend, and so on. So if I want to insert a scale by, come there, and then I'll drag this scale by inside there, change the units if I want to. So you can add various elements inside this inset map if you so desire. It's not a must, but you can do that. So I'm just going to remove this one because we already know the scale of our map. So once you are done with that, you can export your map. The one thing I think I forgot to add in this map of ours was a proper neat line. So you can wrap it, you can wrap all elements inside a neat line. So like this one, so you can wrap all your element inside this neat line. Yeah, just like that. You can alter the properties for the neat line. I don't want it to have that blue background, so I'm gonna change the color here to nothing. I can use this one, then OK, and then after you do all of these, you can export the way we demonstrated in one of our previous sessions. So this neat line can enclose all of these elements, or you can just set it to enclose. You can drag it so that it just encloses your main map face. And think after that you can print, you can export your map and then you can print it. So I'm just going to export it. Export as that one, save. Because it is already there, it will prompt me with this one, so I just say yes. And once you're done exporting, you can preview it. So I'm going to open it. So this is how it appears. You can close it, and then if you feel it is ready to print, you can go and print it. Thank you for your time, and have